The world is teetering on the edge of a potential third world war. In Ukraine, the fighting with Russia shows no signs of ending. Meanwhile, shocking reports claim that the United States has not only conducted operations in Venezuela, but has also captured the Venezuelan prime minister and taken them out of the country. Across the globe, unrest and conflicts are spreading, from protests in Iran to tensions in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Israel, Palestine, and Yemen. The question is now unavoidable. Is the world heading toward a third world war? Before we dive into the story, a small request. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel to support our coverage. Now, let's move straight into the story. Today, the world woke up to extraordinary and dramatic developments involving one of Latin America's most politically charged nations, Venezuela. According to multiple reports from international and regional media, explosions and military activity were heard and recorded in the capital city, Caracas, as well as in several other regions of the country. Videos circulating on social platforms showed columns of smoke rising over the skyline and low-flying aircraft near strategic targets. Venezuela's government responded swiftly, declaring a national emergency after hearing multiple explosions in the early hours, said to have occurred near military facilities in the capital. President Nicolás Maduro issued orders to implement full national defense measures and mobilize armed forces, accusing foreign actors of external aggression. At the same time, official statements tweeted and posted by the President of the United States claimed that the United States had carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela. President Trump publicly asserted that Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife had been captured and flown out of the country following the U.S. operation. These extraordinary claims, if verified, would mark an unprecedented escalation in U.S.-Venezuela relations. Reports described the operation as successful and conducted with the cooperation of U.S. law enforcement agencies. However, at the time of reporting, independent verification of Maduro's capture and transfer had not been confirmed by external on-the-ground observers. Venezuela's government denounced foreign interference and rejected assertions of leadership capture as part of psychological or information warfare. In response to the explosions and alleged strikes, Venezuela's public reportedly streamed into the streets as power outages and shock were felt across the capital and surrounding regions. To understand what unfolds on the global stage, it is crucial to distinguish between two layers of the story. First, the documented facts, explosions, reported U.S. strikes, a national emergency declared by Caracas, and claims made by official U.S. channels. Second, the broader geopolitical context connecting these events to ongoing tensions around the world. There is no historical precedent in modern times for a neighboring president being captured and removed via an overt military operation without clear international confirmation. Such claims alone demand rigorous scrutiny. Yet statements from heads of state are calculated, intended to broadcast strategic intent and shape both domestic and international perception. What we are witnessing appears to be a rapid escalation of long-standing tension between the United States and Venezuela. These tensions have been building through sanctions, maritime deployments, and allegations of drug trafficking and security threats for years. Venezuela's leadership responded predictably, first by rejecting the narrative of foreign aggression, and then by mobilizing defensive rhetoric, calling for national unity and resistance. This is consistent with previous geopolitical flashpoints where governments under pressure appeal to nationalism and sovereignty. This event in Venezuela cannot be viewed in isolation. In Iran, widespread protests and clashes with security forces continue under a backdrop of political tension. In Ukraine, the war with Russia remains unresolved, creating an enduring division between Western alliances and Russian strategic interests. In the Middle East, the conflict between Israel and Palestinian groups continues to fuel regional instability and broad diplomatic strains. These simultaneous conflicts, have created a multi-layered global security environment where local escalations can reverberate far beyond their borders. The rising question among analysts, commentators, and government officials is whether these multiple crises represent isolated regional disputes or parts of a broader pattern of geopolitical competition. The world has not seen a direct confrontation between major powers since the Cold War era, but in recent years, conflicts have emerged as proxy battlegrounds where influence, economic interests, and regional dominance are tested. Such overlapping tensions inevitably fuel speculation and concern about a possible larger confrontation, sometimes referred to as the potential for a Third World War. From a professional standpoint, it is not accurate to conclude that a full-scale World War III has begun. What we are seeing is a culmination of unresolved political conflicts, overlapping security interests, and rapidly evolving narratives that feed public anxiety and confusion. Major power competition, particularly between the US, Russia, China, and their respective partners, has intensified. The speed at which information spreads, coupled with social media amplification of official statements, creates perceptions of sudden escalation, even when underlying tensions have existed for years. The reported events in Venezuela, the alleged US strikes, explosions in Caracas, and claims of President Maduro's capture are part of a complex geopolitical puzzle that can only be fully understood in context. These incidents reflect years of deteriorating US-Venezuelan political and diplomatic relations, strategic maneuvering by global powers in multiple theaters of conflict, and the accelerating role of media and state communication platforms in shaping public perception. Claims like "captured and flown out of the country" are dramatic and headline-grabbing, but they must be verified independently before they can be treated as established fact. Meanwhile, Venezuela has declared a state of emergency and called for regional and international attention. What is clear is that the world is entering a phase of heightened geopolitical tension, where regional disputes and global rivalries overlap, creating a volatile and unpredictable international landscape. These are not spontaneous events. They are connected, deeply rooted in decades of policy, conflict, and contested influence. The real challenge now is not whether a global war has started, but whether world powers can manage these crises without allowing them to spiral into something far larger. In the end, the question remains the same that occupies the minds of analysts around the world. Are these isolated incidents, or are they signaling a new direction for global affairs? Ukraine, the Middle East, Iran, and even relations between Gulf countries are passing through a state of uncertainty. Even close allies like Saudi Arabia and the UAE are showing signs of diverging interests, and the alignments in global politics are shifting rapidly. But one thing is absolutely clear. If a third world war were to happen, it will likely not begin with tanks and troops on the battlefield. The war is already underway. It is a war of spies. It is a war of intelligence networks. It is a war fought through cyber attacks, artificial intelligence, drones, and surveillance systems. Today, every major power is testing its weapons, not just on the battlefield, but by weakening opponents through data, surveillance, information, and influence. Before nations topple each other, they shape the environment, prepare narratives, and take control of minds. This is why today's wars are often silent, yet their impact is profound and long-lasting. The world may not be heading toward a single massive explosion, but it is entangled in a web of multiple, small yet dangerous conflicts, where one wrong decision or miscalculation could trigger a major global crisis. The real threat is not when the war will start. The real threat is that the war may have already begun, and we simply do not recognize it. And in such times, the most powerful weapon is not the gun. It is control over intelligence, technology, and information. This is the silent war that will shape the future. Before we conclude, remember to like, subscribe, and share this channel to stay updated with the latest intelligence and geopolitical coverage.